Hello, everyone. I've got a special treat for you today. I'm going to interview Nick Krem. Can you believe it? I'm so stoked.
Yeah,
All right, Nick,
I'm
let's
so
just
good to
jump
be here.
into this. Man, I'm so excited to be talking to the beast of real estate. Tell me about your journey. I'd like to know how
Yeah.
you did.
So my journey, it's been, I always say long, but I feel like when I say that, some people look at me like, you're not old enough for it to be long. But for me, it's been long. Right? So, I started in the
A long time ago.
yeah, a long time ago, yeah. No, but I started in an industry about like 6 years ago. And what I was doing was, I was doing what most agents hate doing, but I was doing it for 15 hours a day. I was calling 8 a.m. on the East Coast to 8 p.m. on the West Coast for real estate agents all over the country, right? So I would be learning their lead systems. I'd be learning their differentiating factors. I'd be learning their like their lead systems, their CRMs, what makes them different, like different things about the area. So I'd become a student of so many different processes and really learn the industry as a whole very quickly, right? Because when you're calling 15 hours a day, at that moment, I just moved out for the first time, so I had to be hitting those hours. I had to be doing these things, but I credit a lot of my current success to that about year or so of dialing 15 hours a day and then eventually working my way up to managing all these clients. I was managing over 50 clients at one point, just myself, and managing the lead processes, what we can make things better, and continuing to just figure out how can we get these people in front of more, get our clients in front of more people, right? And that's when I really figured out what is the differentiating factor for our clients. And what it was the client, like our clients who had a strong personal brand, we crushed it for them, right? Because if I'm calling like, hey, I'm calling on behalf of Nick, and they're like, who the heck is Nick? Or I'm saying, hey, I'm calling on behalf of Nick. They're like, oh, Nick, the guy who does X, Y, Z. It's a whole world of difference, right?
Yeah.
So, fast forward a bit, came back from this amazing mastermind. I guess you could say I snuck into the room because my mentor, still my mentor, As Stasik, he got me in the room, and it was top agents, like the top team in California, top team in Florida, and it was a room of about 30 individuals who were all top in the industry, and me. And at the time, I really figured out what all these people were looking for. And I came back, sold everything I had, started from scratch again, started my own business about 3 years ago. And in that time, in just 3 years, it's not even been 3 years yet, which is the crazy part. But in not even 3 years since that moment, I've been able to grow our business into all 50 states, 7 countries, using organic content and the power of leverage.
Wow. That's an adventure.
Yeah, it's been an adventure. We're just at the beginning.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So if you had to say one thing that you would tell, if you go back in time and tell yourself one thing to a new agent, what would that be?
If I can go back in time, one thing I would say, my one thing would be, don't wait to get your authority. Because you'll be waiting 5 to 10 years till you can say I'm an expert, or you can not even say you're an expert, but just to say I have the resume that makes me an expert in your eyes, right? If I was to wait for that moment, I'd still be at the position I was before, saying I have to wait till I get more authority. I have to wait until people know that I've been in the industry long enough to listen to me. Own your craft, learn it like the back of your hand, and leverage the individuals who have that authority to continue to show that, hey, I might not know everything, but I have a guy that does, and he teaches me everything, right? I might never sell a home in my real estate career, but I have a guy with our team that sold 535 homes in a year that's teaching me how to do it. So I could probably sell a home better than the next person, right? So if you wait until you're experienced and have enough experience, you're going to be waiting a long time to get started. Don't wait for that. Have confidence because you know it better than anybody else. I have confidence because I'll put myself up to anybody saying I study more, I learn more, I don't take weekends off, I make sure I'm a master of my craft, I buy a bunch of different ways to figure out how to do things. So I know I put in my time, energy, and effort. So that's how I'm confident in saying that you can put me up against anybody.
Right. The continuing education too. I mean, we never top our education. You've got to always keep at it. And
Always.
so you made the move to EXP. Was that a little over 3 years ago?
So I've been with Al and these guys for the better part of, well, since I started. And Al and these gentlemen, they made the move over to EXP about 3-4 years ago. And I've been with them on the back end running a lot of the systems. And I decided to join the party about a year ago, actually get licensed myself and join the whole fun and really figure out what's making real estate fun again. And I'll tell you what, it's made real estate a lot of fun.
Yeah, jump in with both feet.
Yeah.
And so what has it done for your life?
Man, well, I'm now in Orlando with my eyes on Puerto Rico here next.
Everybody's in Florida. What's up with that?
Well, it's nice because I get to run my business from anywhere. So I decided if I can run my business from anywhere, why don't I live from wherever I want? And for me, it's been able to give me the partners to not only just grow my business, but learn how to run my life. Because I see, like, I can try and figure these things out myself and spend 10, 20 years, even 30, trying to figure out the way. Or I can look at somebody who's already made it and just say, like, hey, what should I be doing next?
Yes.
And they give me the exact action steps without that huge learning period, right? I was talking to somebody else out here. They were like the top team in their area for whatever set brokerage, right? For many years in a row. And for them, they were always like, they're trying to pay to get courses to figure out like what's the next step for them. They didn't really have anyone to reach out to because they were doing hundreds of transactions. They had no one in their marketplace that was doing more. So they didn't really know what to do next. They went to their first EXP event before they even came over, and they thought they were going to have to try and sneak in notes. But these guys were just like, they were doing thousands of transactions, just giving it away of like, here's what you should be doing next. And for them, it's like, wow, they didn't know what to do next with their business because they were busy teaching everybody. Now with this opportunity, there's always a next step. There's always somebody doing more that you can look to and say like, okay, here's the next step of my business. Here's the next step of my life. And they're willing to give you the step-by-step process how to do it. So how have I been able to do this in less than 3 years? Because I've had people who it took 20 years explain to me what not to do and what to do as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I fully support having a coach or a mentor. I'm an EXP certified mentor, so I like to work with new agents.
I love it. I love it, Janice.
Yeah, that's a good deal. So when somebody's in your position, how in the world do they look for a coach that's doing this same thing as you are?
I'll tell you what, again, with this opportunity with EXP, like what it does is there are so many individuals who have done a lot in their career. And for me, it's just, I'm never a person afraid to reach out, and reach out to someone to just say like, hey, what did you do to get to the next step? And you'd be surprised at how open people are too. And I mean, I have guys who built their business, who have one of the top coaching organizations in the entire country, being able to say like, hey, this is what you're in a similar field. Here's what we did to grow next. So for me in my position, we're just partnering with so many amazing people, and there's so many amazing people at this company who are just eager to get people to the next step. They're not even just open; they are eager and excited to bring people there. So for me, it's just I have a plethora of agents I can reach out to, and I pick a couple, and then I reach out to them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Anything else you want to tell me while I got you on the line?
Well, Janice, it's been an absolute pleasure having you bring me on here. Especially talking to you about everything going on here, going live with you. I think, is this your first live?
It is.
Style?
The very first. I'm stoked. In going back to your last comment, though, I just want to say one thing about that I've really enjoyed since I joined EXP. I've had my license since 1996.
Yeah.
And, back in the Coldwell Banker office or whatever, there were these heavy hitters selling a ton of real estate. Yeah. And we were never privy to what they were doing to get the business. So now to be able to walk in to a class that an icon agent is giving is just a blessing. You're like, really? That's all they're doing?
Yes.
Cool. I can do that.
More than you think, right?
So that's really been a blessing for me being a seasoned agent, is to have connection with that next layer up of people who are always willing to talk to me.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going into this whole virtual economy too, and like being able to go online, and that's why us going together now too here with EXP. Now it's like, Janice, you don't have to learn everything. You just reach out to me, and it's like, hey Nick, what do I do here? And we walk through the steps, and it's a lot simpler than most of us think. But now you have a resource too to just say like, hey, I need to learn how to do this. You can reach out to me instead of spending hundreds of hours online trying to figure it out, or not even figuring it out and getting just pissed off and saying like, all right, I'm just done with this. I'm not going to touch it. Now it's like, I have partners that can teach me things, and I know what I'm specialized in, and I can help bring other people here too. And look at that. Within a week's time, we're doing your first live with many more to do. And it's exciting. Yeah, just to see you get your message out there too. I love doing that. I'm going to love to hear more from you, Janice.
Yeah, good. I look forward to it. And I appreciate all the mentoring and coaching that you do. And I appreciate the interview.
I love it. I love it, Janice. And if you didn't see in the top right, that's where you end the broadcast as well. But I appreciate you so much for me bringing it on here. And see, look, you guys get a little live coaching session here too.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Nick. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too, Janice.
Bye-bye.